The following is a Richey on Sports production.
In the middle of October, it's still a beautiful time to get a Blue Haven pool. Do like Beverly and Leonard did. Choose Blue Haven, where you have the confidence that comes with the name that's been trusted by tens of thousands of homeowners coast to coast. You'll enjoy the brand of the industry's nationwide leader, coupled with personal service from a hometown team of experts. Hi again, everyone, and welcome to the Purple, Black, and Gold. Eric Richey alongside former Saints quarterback John Forcade. Wow, what a week. An eventful one for the Saints, about as gut-wrenching as it gets in the 30-27 loss to the Patriots. On the flip side, LSU, a 17-6 winner over Florida. John, the Saints, ouch.
Yeah, that one hurt right now. When you got the game won with 10 seconds, you feel like you got the game won. But with Tom Brady against you right now, and you gave him 3 opportunities with under 3 minutes left of a football game, anything can happen, and it sure did. It happened for the bad end of the Saints. Bad end on the Saints.
For the next 30 minutes, we'll break down that game. We'll talk LSU, even a little high school football, but we will kick it off with the Saints and the 30-27 loss, as John alluded to. 3 different opportunities for Tom Brady to beat the Saints, and with 5 seconds left, a touchdown pass to Kembrell Tompkins in the corner of the end zone did just that. Let's hear from a couple of members of the Saints that were right there in the front row for this one.
That's tough. I know that I've made that play, that last second play, numerous times in my career.
Has this happened to you that late in the game?
No. I mean, but like I said, this doesn't define me as a person, define me as a football player. You have to take it. You have to humble yourself and realize that it happened. But know that I'm capable of making that next time. And when when the play comes, you got to stand up and make it.
I told him, man, keep your head up. We all had some plays that if we could fix, we'll fix it. That one play don't define the game. We're a team, and we lost as a team. So we'll get back to the drawing board after the bye week and get it together.
As far as letting the guy get behind you, that's embarrassing right there. You don't let a player, especially at the end of the game, get behind you. You let him catch the ball in front of you, you make the tackle, the clock runs out. I know it's a heart-wrenching defeat for the New Orleans Saints, but guess what? They're 5-1. Still got a lot of football left to be played.
And certainly in that football game, John, I thought we were going to be talking about so many good things. The Fox Network cameras really caught some wonderful emotions from guys like Kenny Stills and Kerry Robinson and even Travaris Cadet scoring their first NFL career touchdowns. Let's hear from a couple of those guys now on scoring for the first time in the NFL.
It was a great opportunity for me. Of course, I haven't been getting too many opportunities, but it was a great opportunity for me. And I tried to take advantage and, Drew threw a great ball, ran a good route, and, hey, got an end zone.
Was able to get behind the defender, and Drew gave me a chance to make a play, and I was able to make a play, and I give all the glory to the man above.
Guys, I know how it feels to score your first touchdown in the NFL. You always want to keep that football. You get so excited. It's unbelievable feelings. You want to be able to score a lot more, but to these guys, my hat goes off for them. Congratulations.
Certainly, John Forcade knows what it's like to score an NFL touchdown, and now you know what it's like to go into a bye week as well. This Saints team, and everyone talked all week about, oh my gosh, how bad this one hurt, but the bottom line is 5-1 headed to the bye week. I think we all would have taken that before the season began.
Well, anytime you go to the bye week, you want to go on a win. But in this situation, they're going on a loss, but they got a bye week. It'd be different if they lost this game, Eric, and came back and played next week. They got a bye week. By Wednesday or Thursday, usually doing the next following week, you forget that last game. I think they're going to be fine. 5-1. Good chance they make it a playoffs.
I like that. Let's take a break right now. Our first one on the Purple, Black, and Gold. Later in this show, we'll hear from a very emotional LSU defensive coordinator, John Chavis, who broke down after LSU's big win against Florida. But coming up next, we'll hear from the man himself. It's Peyton's place when the Purple, Black, and Gold continues from another gorgeous Blue Haven pool from Metairie. That's right. Look at this beautiful pool. It's the industry leader, and you want to call or log on to bluehaven.com. The Swamp Room on Veterans Boulevard in Metairie has everything you're looking for. the home of the Swamp Burger, juicy steaks, and a healthy portion of cheese fries. All part of a full-service grill that stays open late. Happy hour every day, 11 to 7, with a wide selection of 22 different beers on tap with hundreds of different bottles to choose from. Compete with your friends on pool tables, darts, golden tee, or try your luck on video poker. 17 flat-screen high-def TVs to watch LSU, the Saints, NFL ticket, and the MLB package at the Swamp Room, 5216 Veterans Boulevard in Metairie.
This is Robert Namer. Hot talk can only be cooled by an affordable, refreshing backyard resort from Blue Haven Pools and Spas. Since 1954, the #1 choice for building a new pool or existing pool remodeling and service. World's largest, best quality, best warranty, best price. Blue Haven Pools, certified pool designers, fully insured and rated. For health, entertainment, and recreation, visit bluehaven.com. That's bluehaven.com.
Welcome back to the Purple, Black, and Gold. Eric Richey alongside John Fourcade. The Saints coming off the 30-27 loss to New England, their first of the season. And as always, Sean Payton talks about the loss and also looks ahead in this week's Payton's Place.
You know, I thought the overall mood and the spirits were good. Obviously, it was a tough loss. And, you know, when you do it long enough, they understand that there's going to be some games like that where you're, you know, wrestling over one specific play or one sequence of plays. We certainly do that as coaches. Look, it's just the decision philosophically, run or pass. You know what I mean? Knowing that when you throw it, there's potential clock stoppage and basically that. I think most importantly is rest, you know, and especially for our players. You know, this schedule was something that, and I've said this to you before, I mean, after seeing Andy Reid in Philly, you know, I don't know what his record was, it was pretty significant. We kind of shifted to this where we got guys away. They've been going for a while, and so that's, I think it's something that, like every team, when it comes, sometimes it comes earlier, sometimes it comes later, but I think it'll be a good break for them. The last play, this is distribution of credit, assignment of blame Monday, and so that's just the industry. And no, I there were so many different plays in that game. I thought Tom made a great location throw. The receiver made a real good catch above his head, and you can't beat yourself up over that. He's been explosive, he's been tough, he's been hard-nosed, and we'll continue to look at his snaps and evaluate, how he fits in each game plan. I'm encouraged that there are a handful of things that we're going to be able to improve on and work on, and we haven't played our best football, and we're sitting at 5-1. You could easily look at a few games that may have gone a different direction, but they didn't. And I like the work ethic, the competitive nature of this team. I like it a lot.
Sean Payton will have this team ready to play. That's the kind of guy he is. He knows he can take a loss and turn it around to actually a moral victory for these guys. I know it's a moral victory in the sense that they got a bye week. He has to get them ready and be prepared to take some time off in his bye week. But at 5-1, he'll go to these guys and say, hey, guys, we're still in this. It's a bad loss. Let's regroup. They're going to be just fine.
And the main thing is, do not let it affect them moving ahead after the bye week when they take on Buffalo. This is the part of the show where we usually kick it over to the Saints complex and Paul Boron, but he's such a Boston Red Sox fan. There's a little baseball going up there that he stayed a couple extra days. I think he's joining us this week from outside of Harvard. He's also going to a Boston Bruins game. Let's send it to Paul Boron now, up there in the Boston area.
Eric, even the scholars here at Harvard probably wouldn't have predicted the Saints' turnaround where they started 0-4 a season ago, but started 5-1 this year. And they certainly wouldn't have predicted that the defense would be the reason why. But it doesn't take a brainiac to know that after a last-second loss here in New England, nobody in black and gold is celebrating.
I told the players, look, we did we did some good things in the second half, and I was proud of how we fought back in it. Obviously, it's disappointing, not to get the win, but you got to credit your opponent. And in this case, the offense, Tom, and those guys for New England, made a play late in the game, and those are tough. That's this league. So, it stings. It'll sting for a while, but we've got a bye coming up here, and we've just got to make sure it doesn't carry over to the next game.
Yeah, we knew it was going to come down to the wire. We knew it was going to be a 60-minute battle or more, and man, it was just a slugfest. We traded shots all game long. You got to hand it to their team. They played extremely well. So did we. We played extremely well, and you just knew that it was going to come down to the final possession. Sure enough, it did. Unfortunately, we ended up on the losing end.
It's a little disappointment, we battled a great team today. We are a great team, and just like Coach Payton said, there's games like that happen in this league. We just got to continue fighting, go back to the drawing board, learn from it, and use this as a positive influence instead of a negative one.
But while the mood in the locker room in Foxborough was a mix of silence and shock after the Brady-led comeback, the team knows there are plenty of positives to take into the bye week and beyond.
Well, we've found a lot of ways to win, and we've always battled, no matter what the situation. We were down 10 in this game, to the New England Patriots at their place, that's hard to overcome something like that, and yet, we believe we knew if we just executed the game plan, play like we know how, that we were going to come back.
It's hard to win every game in this league, as you can see tonight, but, we're a good football team, and each day we come in to work hard to get better, so we just got to continue to push forward, continue to get better, and work hard every day.
There's really no moral victories in this, but we understand we have a good team, that this loss doesn't define us at all. And we'll get it together, and we'll win those close ones.
Jabari Greer, part of that Saints defense that won't let a last-second Brady miracle spoil a great start. Now, when the Saints return from the bye week, they will return to AFC East action. They will play the 2-4 Bills before traveling to face the 3-3 Jets. In New England, Paul Boron for Purple, Black, and Gold.
Time for us to take another break here in the Purple, Black, and Gold. When we return, we'll talk LSU as the Tigers' defense steps up big. Blue Haven Pools and Spas can be counted on for its professionalism, quality work, warranties, and a proven track record of customer care. Blue Haven's responsibility is to provide you with all the information, knowledge, and options to help you make the best decision. We'll be right back.
This is Robert Namer. Hot talk can only be cooled by an affordable, refreshing backyard resort from Blue Haven Pools and Spas. Since 1954, the #1 choice for building a new pool or existing pool remodeling and service. World's largest, best quality, best warranty, best price. Blue Haven Pools, certified pool designers, fully insured and rated. For health, entertainment, and recreation, visit bluehaven.com. That's bluehaven.com.
Welcome back to the Purple, Black, and Gold. It's going to be an interesting time. We're going to talk about this man's days at Ole Miss, which is where LSU is playing this coming week, later in this program. But first, we'll talk about LSU's 17-6 win over Florida, a smash-mouth game. John, what'd you think of it?
I thought it was a well-played defensive game for LSU. Granted, Florida's not a powerhouse on offense, but LSU's offense kind of had its spurts and moments, but it was a well-coached football game and two good football teams. That's the main goal, is SEC, two good football teams. It wasn't high scored as Georgia, but tell you what, LSU got to win.
For the last 6 weeks, this portion of the show, we've kind of did the Lunch with Les news conference and kind of cut it up and some of the best soundbite. But if you were there or seen any of the post-game comments from the win over Florida, Les Miles was in rare form and truly lived up to the name, the Mad Hatter.
We're getting off blocks. We're tackling line of scrimmage plays. We're predicting getting them in predictable third down situations and rushing the passer. When that happens, you're not going to score a lot of points against us. Offensively, Zach didn't have his best night, but you know what? Didn't have a bad night either. The tragedy is we get down there in that tight zone, and we're going to throw the ball and make a big play, and it's just wet. It comes right out of his hands, and I just want you to know something. That happens. Kind of what we were supposed to do. Just how it's kind of supposed to look. Kind of a average scoring night, but the night that defense won, offense won, special teams won. At the end of the game, you know, if that recipe continues to hold up, we'll be awfully good. Yeah, I got to be honest with you. I thought Lamine Barrow played better. I thought Quan Alexander played well. Yeah, I think we had better linebacker play.
Les, you talked about just pounding, and the way you all lost the game down there last year, they were kind of the hammer more than you all were.
I got a question for you. It was a 14-6 game. We played our ass off, and how anybody could pick the hammer and the nail when in fact that hammer or that nail, whatever the hell you got picked, we catch a ball down there, we're fixing to take a lead and we turn it over. I mean, explain to me how Kevin Minner, who sets damn near the career tackle record in that game, how anybody could ever say hammer and nail. I can tell you right now, here's what happens. Two very quality teams take the field and compete like a son of a for victory. And you know what? It's not a hammer and a nail relationship. It's an opportunity for an opponent to be equal and to raise their level of play in such a fashion that they win. And that's how this thing works. That in fact you respect the opponent, and he's not the hammer and he's not the freaking nail. Okay? He's the opponent. You understand? I'm just letting you know I resent that. I resent the fact that suddenly we were nailed. You got it? I mean, honest to peace. I mean, we were a pretty good team last year. I thought we played like a son of a in that stadium. I mean, I'm just letting you know, I felt differently than the nail, so you know. Yeah, there's another guy who's just really just coming of age, just playing in his first year as a starter, very talented cat, going to be a really good player, going to come of age.
Was there anything that y'all saw that he seemed to get his arms up more?
Oh, yeah, we told him, hey, listen, today, get your arms up more. No, nothing personal. But I told him, I said, you know what I've been noticing? Your hands, they're not going all the way. And then he said, really, Coach? I said, yeah, try that all the way thing. Oh, thank you. Amen. Put a hammer in those hands. Amen. Have a nice day.
The Mad Hatter can be the Mad Hatter. Please don't get the Mad Hatter riled up. He's talking about whatever he needs to talk about. And you know what? He's right about some things, but God almighty, LSU won the football game. That's the main goal, like he's saying. They won the football game. 1 point, 10 points, 100 points, a win's a win for LSU, and that's what he's there for.
Coach Miles wasn't the only guy that was pretty emotional in this game, John. After the game, we were talking to some of the LSU players who kind of led us on to that. There was a pregame meeting from John Chavis, and he was doing most of the talking. I want you to listen to, once we found out about that meeting, went back to Coach Chavis, the LSU defensive coordinator, and asked him all about it, and he got emotional once again. Can you tell us about that meeting?
Well, you know, what we do, you know, if the kids want to talk about it, you know, I care about what I do, and I care about these kids. And I dang sure want them to perform well. And if it takes being emotional, that's what we'll do.
What did you say to him?
I'm not even going to try to recall. You know, I'm not even going to try to recall, but they did a great job responding. They're listening, they want to learn, they want to get better, and they've done a heck of a job. I'm proud of this group of young men.
Coach, what was it that brought that emotion out? And what spurred
I mean, that's just, you know, that's who I am. Probably I get more emotional when I get angry. And rather than, you know, showing anger, I'd rather show the emotion.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.
Time for another break in the purple, black, and gold. When we return, find out about John Forcade and his days at Ole Miss playing LSU as we roll on from another beautiful Blue Haven pool in Metairie, Beverly, and Leonard. They're the owners of this beautiful pool. We'll talk to them later in the show as well.
This is Robert Namer. Hot talk can only be cooled by an affordable, refreshing backyard resort from Blue Haven Pools and Spas. Since 1954, the #1 choice for building a new pool or existing pool remodeling and service. World's largest, best quality, best warranty, best price. Blue Haven Pools, certified pool designers, fully insured and rated. For health, entertainment, and recreation, visit bluehaven.com. That's bluehaven.com.
Look at the pictures we're looking at right now. Who's that number 1 guy? It's John Forcade in his days at Ole Miss when he played LSU. John Forcade joining us now back here in the purple, black, and gold. John, what was it like to be a New Orleans guy from the West Bank going to Ole Miss and then again coming back to play LSU?
It was tough to do that, but I tell you what, I cherished every minute I went up there. Didn't beat LSU in 0-3-1, but the games were always competitive enough that, that's SEC football. And, hey, wish them good luck this weekend, but they're going to be playing against a powerful, strong LSU football team. Ole Miss has got some good things going for them, but right now, Eric, I'll tell you this much. I wish I was playing Ole Miss against LSU again with that long hair of mine back then.
We're going to talk a little bit more about Ole Miss in just a second. John alluded to that powerful LSU defense that came up with season highs in sacks, quarterback hurries, and tackles for loss against Florida. Let's hear now from some of the LSU defenders on maybe their best effort of the season.
What Chief said, it would be a defensive game, today. Florida having so much momentum on the defensive side, we knew that the game who played the best defense tonight would win, and it came out to be us.
What has been the turnaround for you guys?
Guys are really just taking themselves off the leash. The guys are coming at it character. Really just not trying to be a robot out there and just being the athlete that you know you can be.
What about you yourself? Each week it seems like we're seeing more Anthony Johnson plays each week.
Honestly, I'm just going to keep doing what I have to do, and that's play football, man. I'm not going to freelance. I'm going to stay in the scheme of the defense. But I knew when my coaches tell me to step up and make a play, that's what I'm going to do, man, because I want to be that big play guy.
More now with John Forcade, who played collegiately at Ole Miss, of course, a West Bank, New Orleans guy. What is it like for you this time of the year when the Tigers get ready to play your alma mater?
Well, to be serious about it, I hate it when they do that because it's a situation. I like it on Halloween, but it's not Halloween anymore. It's tough to play, the Rebels and LSU. These two teams are just hate each other. They start yelling out names at each other 5 weeks ago. They just don't like playing each other, but it's a crucial situation where two teams want it bad enough. I love it. It's college football atmosphere. Halloween, man, Halloween.
You told us earlier that you never beat LSU as a starting quarterback at Ole Miss, but certainly you have fond memories of that game. Tell me what really stands out about your days at Ole Miss playing against LSU, whether it be up in Mississippi or in Tiger Stadium.
Well, the main thing is this, Eric, is the fact that you know guys on their squad as much as they know guys on your squad. There's a lot of Louisiana guys played at Ole Miss when I played against LSU, and it's always competitive. We played against some really phenomenal football players, and everybody wanted to beat everybody. And it's always a situation when two teams like this get together, friends, families. The only situation was that we never won.
It's time for us to take a break with John Forcade. More with the Forcade family when we talk a little high school football. We'll tell you about what Chase Forcade was up to last week as we roll on the purple, black, and gold. And we'll also hear from Beverly and Leonard when we return from Metairie.
This is Robert Namer. Hot talk can only be cooled by an affordable, refreshing backyard resort from Blue Haven Pools and Spas. Since 1954, the #1 choice for building a new pool or existing pool remodeling and service. World's largest, best quality, best warranty, best price. Blue Haven Pools, certified pool designers, fully insured and rated. For health, entertainment, and recreation, visit bluehaven.com. That's bluehaven.com.
Okay, it's time for a quick update on the construction of my Blue Haven pool. If you're wondering what the inspiration was behind getting my own pool, well, there it is. My 6-year-old daughter, Emma, she loves to swim. Now, I had a hot tub during my 6 years working in Indianapolis. I loved it, but that was 11 years ago. I wanted another one, so we're getting the pool hot tub combo. Now, we're at the gunite phase, as the Blue Haven workers pulled up to the front door, set up their equipment, and let the gunite process continue.
He's placing the concrete under the steel right now so that the steel won't go down and it ends up in the middle of the concrete floor. This nozzleman has a lot of experience. You walk a fine line between putting too much material on and not putting enough on. It doesn't hurt you, it just creates more work. Oh, well, the spas, all the walls are up. He's shooting the bench right now. He's probably not going to shoot it complete because he's going to use some of the material that he cuts off the walls to help build the benches. He's laying the foundation for the benches now. Everybody does them a little different. The idea is not to have to work extra hard throwing material out.
How do you smooth that out?
Huh?
How do you smooth that out? Grind it down?
Yeah, you'll see in just a minute with the trowels.
Yeah.
Cut and rod. Once he gets a sufficient amount of material on the pool, the finishers will go to work, working on the finish to shape it and form it to where it needs to be.
That's it for this update. Next week, it's time to put that tile up we picked out with Judy a couple weeks ago. Just about to wrap up this edition of the Purple, Black, and Gold. Quickly, it's time for our shout-outs.
My shout out goes to Taylor Forcade, the brother of Chase Forcade. He coaches Chase Forcade on the sidelines. I'll tell you this much. He helped him win that football game against Shaw last week.
My shout out goes to Hahnville head coach Lou Valden, picking up his career win number 150 as his Hahnville Tigers continue to play well now that they're in district play. A big win this past week at Terrebonne. Speaking of high school football, be sure to log on to riverparishfootball.com. Over 4 million hits just a year ago. Quarterback Donovan Isom throws 5 more touchdowns last week, leading Destrehan to their 6th win against no defeats this season. Find out all about Donovan. See the highlights as you log on to riverparishfootball.com. Also, NOLACatholicLeague.com. Be sure to check that out as well. And John talked a little bit about Taylor and Chase. Well, here's a little video of them winning the megaphone against Shaw.
John Forcade, I'm a West Banker. Yeah, we all know I went to Shaw High School supporting my nephew, Chase Forcade at Rummel. My mother, Betty.
Hello.
The stud of all studs, Taylor Forcade. His dad, you know Keith Forcade, my brother who played. Hey, look, get a quick glimpse over there. That's Joe Zimmerman, my head coach when I was playing at Shaw. Phil Greco, my offensive coordinator when I was at Shaw High School. And then I got my bald-headed brother, Terry. Give us a wave. Give us a wave. That's Terry.
That's our youngest brother,
brother, Terry. He played at Shaw.
Congratulations to Rummel. Shaw, we played hard, but we're going to clean ourselves up. All right? The megaphone stays with Rummel, and we'll see y'all again next year. Hey, congratulations, man.
And before we say goodbye, we want to make sure we say hello to the people who own this lovely pool. Beverly and Len, thank you so much for having us. First of all, Miss Beverly, let me ask you, tell me about this gorgeous pool behind us.
I love the pool. We use it year-round, and I just love it. Blue Haven has been so awesome to us.
Leonard, what was the process like getting a Blue Haven pool?
It was absolutely the best because whatever we wanted, they did. They're the greatest. Beverly and Judy and the whole team at Blue Haven, you can't beat them. And since that's the one part, but once we got the pool, they are really incredible. They're part of the family.
That's awesome. Tell us about what you enjoy most about your pool.
Well, we can heat the pool up, which it's a nice size to heat up, so that's one of the reasons why we use it all year round. It has the umbrella with the shade. We can sit in the pool. Our grandchildren love it, and it's made a huge difference in our lives.
Before we say goodbye, just introduce some of the people that were here at our party today, at your tailgate party.
Well, here we've got Judy and...
and Diane and Susan and Jamie and our little cheerleader over there. So that's the group.
That is great. And they are...
And go Saints.
Absolutely. And
go Saints, go LSU.
That's right. The Purple, Black, and Gold, John Forcade joins us to wrap up this show. And again, he's an Ole Miss guy, but with his Coach's Cabana show, I'm going to guess you're going to be talking a little LSU this week, my friend.
I have to give all the plugs I can for LSU football, coachescabana.com. Go LSU against my boys from Ole Miss.
Well, for John Forcade and for Beverly and Len, I'm Eric Richey. For all the good folks here at the Purple, Black, and Gold and for Blue Haven Pools, thanks so much for watching another episode of the Purple, Black, and Gold.